check out procedures for assessments. You'll be coming in and you will have your cart, which has your name and the assessment. You will also check on the board to see where you check in and out. I'm going to check out. I was told on Google Docs that I will be going to the Yucca Library at 10:30, and I have this participant and I'll be doing lesson 2. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out with my initials and the time that I went out. I will also make sure that I sign out on the interventionist binder. I will go to the appropriate page and sign out, and then I'm free to take my items. But I want to make sure that all my items are there. So to make sure that all my items are there, I am going to go ahead and open the lockbox, and I am going to go ahead and hang this up. I no longer need it. If you would like to wipe it off, perfect. If not, that's okay. There was a note on here that said, "Mom will meet me at the main counter." So I'm going to make sure that that's where I go to meet Mom. I'm going to unlock my lockbox, and I'm going to take some time to make sure that my checklist is complete. So whether it's baseline, treatment, or follow-up, you will have a checklist in front hooked with a little clip on your binder that says these things must be in here to proceed. So what I'm going to do now is I want to make sure before I go out that I follow my checklist. I'm going to go around the corner and I'm going to get my cards in order to make sure that I'm ready to go once I arrive at my destination. Or if I would like, if it's at a library, I can get there a little bit early as long as it's not right before opening, because typically assessments will begin at opening or 15 minutes later. And 15 minutes may not give you enough time to get the cards in order. So right now I'm going to go ahead and go around the corner and get these in order and check my list. I also see that because I am no longer in baseline, that there are several things in my lockbox. I have a thing of sand, I have a carpet square, and always I have my first aid kit and my prizes. These things will always be in your lockbox after the first lesson, because you may do back-to-back lessons with the child, and then you may have to be responsible for getting the next day's assessments ready. All right, so now I'm going to go get my things set up. Come with me. All right, now I have time to see what items I need. I'm going to always make sure I have my whiteboard, because what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be checking off this checklist to make sure that the required items are in my binder. Now I'm going to make sure that the required items are in my binder. I'm going to use my wipe off marker to check and make sure these items are here. I'm going to put today's date, and I'm going to put participant ID number. I'm going to check the binder for the correct participant ID number, and I have it on my lesson cards as well as on the outside of the binder, and it is indeed correct, so I will put a check mark. Check the green folder for participant contact information and a Google map, which will be in there. That's there. I'm going to check that. Fill in checkout information and interventionist lesson checkout in binder and wipe off board, which I have already done. Check the appropriate items are in the assigned lockbox binder with the correct participant ID. I want to make sure that my structured and multisensory lesson cards are there, since I am now out of baseline and in lesson. Here are my structured lesson cards, and there is a suborder here as well as the student ID, and it says structured lesson cards. So I now know I have those correct in there. Here are my structured assessment cards. There is a suborder that I'm doing as well as the student ID. And I'm going to put those right off to the side. My multisensory suborder is here, and it says multisensory lesson cards. It has my participant ID. I noticed that my 3D letters are in there. If this were the first lesson, you would be having the red 3D English letters in there. And you would be having the English letter tiles if it were the first lesson, and that will tell you on your checkout list. Here's my multisensory assessment cards. Again, my suborder and my participant ID. So those are there. I have looked, and I can see right now that I have the current and future lessons, because through training we've been told that current lesson cards will always be in a clear bag with the treatment. This happens to be structured with cards for current lesson, and indeed the letters are in there as well for spelling. And then I have my structured cards for later lessons, because sometimes you might be doing a child back to back and not have time to come in and have them set for you. So we have given those to you, and therefore it's very important that you always return these so that we make sure that each person is able to complete the lesson that they need to, and assessments. I'm going to keep out. I'm going to go through and check my lessons in just a minute. And I do have my assessment cards, and they need to be in the correct order. So I'm going to take just a minute, and I am going to turn to the assessment section. Every folder will start with either structured or multisensory treatment. In this case, it's structured first, which is green. And I'm just going to flip back to the assessment section. Right here, at treatment assessment cards. And I'm going to put those in the correct order. I will do the same for multisensory. Here's the lesson cards. I'm going to flip to the back and make sure that I do my treatment assessment cards. And I'm going to get those in order. So I'm going to take those assessment cards and I'm going to put them in order as to what comes first. So in some cases, the multisensory will come first, in some cases structured. In assessment, sometimes you will have different, or you will always have a different order for the assessments being given. The 4 assessments that will be given at every lesson are letter name production, letter sound production, as well as word reading and word spelling. Those will be in different orders. Sometimes the word spelling might be first. And you will have those same assessments as well in structured. So, and they will be randomly decided. So you will put your cards not only in the order of what's first in terms of letter name, letter sound, word reading or spelling, but within that assessment, for example, let's say we had word reading first, we'd make sure the word reading cards followed our assessments, as I will show you now. Alrighty, so I've got those in order, and we are going to make sure I look at the rest of my checkout list. And my structured lesson cards, I have letter tiles, I have the WOW spelling and spelling matrix, and the WOW spelling template. For the multisensory, I have the spelling matrix and the SOS spelling template, so I can check those off. Now, for the very first lesson, I need to make sure that I have my English letters for structured and multisensory. And on this form, it indicates that multisensory will be, in fact, 3D letters. This is not the first lesson, so I'm not going to worry about that. However, they are in there. So now I'm going to check the following items in the plastic shoe bag. I want to make sure that the headset, microphone, and the recorder are there. And so what I've done is is I have my recorder, and I have batteries taped inside, and there are also batteries at the top of your lockbox. To turn this on, you're going to make sure you have the thing facing you, and it will be on the left side. You just pull it down and it will come on. And typically your lists will appear. If not, you just push the list folder, and it should be in folder A. You're going to hit record out at the lesson. I've now checked that the batteries, I can see right up here at the top that there is a full battery. So now I can turn this off. I know that this will be good for my entire lesson. I have my mirror in here. I have wipes for the children after they use sand, as well as sanitary wipes for the headphone, the mirror, anything else I might need. And I have my all-important headset with a mic. So I have everything from my shoebox is set to go. We are ready. That's good. I can check that off now. Now check the following items are in the lockbox or shoebox: the highlighters, the wipe-off markers, extra batteries and pins, and foam erasers. So I can see the top of my lockbox has extra highlighters. It has the markers for writing on the wipe-off board, as well as the foam eraser, and extra rubber bands and pins, as well as rubber bands. So my shoebox and my lockbox are set to go. I can mark that off. The next item says fill in information at the top of all assessment forms. So I'm going to go to all my assessment forms and fill in the top. After I've done that, I'm going to put my items back into my binder, and I know that my first lesson is going to be structured, so I'm going to make sure that those are on top so I can easily grab them. I will put my my bag for multi-sensory assessments first because I'm going to pick it last. Have my lesson bag in next because that will be coming up next. My structured assessments because they will be second after I have my lesson cards, which I've checked everything here and they are in order. Please use the clips because we have our multisensory letters and cards. We do not want them to fall out through an opening. So if you do clip them, it would be much appreciated. And then I'm going to put that one in. I'm going to make sure my green folder goes with me. It's here. All right, I filled out the information. And now I'm about ready to go. I just have to do a few things. Now that I have completed this, I'm going to put it in here as it will guide me when I come back to check items in. So I will put the items in here for pending, and I'm just going to set it there. I am also going to make sure that I have put all items back into my lockbox. I have all my binder ready to go, including the wipe-off board. I've put everything in here. I'm going to make sure I lock it because there is confidential information with the green folder. I'm going to lock this. I'm going to put my marker back. I'm going to make sure my shoebox is ready to go, and I'm going to put them here into the cart. And now I have come back from my assessment.
Hi.
I'm Nora Schlesinger from ASU,
Okay.
and I'm here to work with your daughter Anna.
Okay, she's ready.
When you arrive at the house, it's important to get ready to set up. The first thing to do is you will turn to the child and greet the child and say, "Hi," give them your name. "I'm Mrs. S. I'm going to be working with you today." Because children often need a drink or a bathroom break, it's important to ask them to do that first. So while you're sitting up, to give yourself an opportunity to do that, you might say, "Hi Anna, would you need a drink of water or want to take a bathroom break before we get started? I have a few things to set up." And then what I do is I make sure I utilize what I have, such as my lockbox. I'm going to use it to put my items on. So the first thing I'm going to do while the student is getting their drink of water, a little snack perhaps before they start, is I'm going to pull out all the things that I'm going to need for that lesson. I'm going to make sure I put up my binder right away so that that's set to go with the child. Then I'm going to make sure I don't lose my lock and put it on the bottom section and get it out of the way. And then I'm going to use my lid to put my cards on. So it's very bulky to have your cards remaining in your binder. I happen to know, because I looked ahead of time, that my structured lesson is first. So I'm going to make sure I have my structured lesson handy with my structured assessments afterwards. I'm going to be placing them on my lockbox. And then I'm going to have my multisensory lesson and assessments right beside it on the other side of the lockbox so that I can easily reach down and I'm not going to leave anything behind. I'm going to get all the items out that I will need for that first lesson, which happens to be structured. So I'm going to get those items out, and about by this time the child will be returning. So we are going to pull out our structured current lesson cards and put them up here at the top. All right, to set up, I'm going to take my, what I call the anti-stick cream, because it's going to help me with my cards. I know that I am going to need my English cards. I'm going to get them off to the side here on the left. And I know that spelling comes a little bit later, so I'm going to get my graphemes over to the right. I put my rubber bands in the lid, and because I organized my cards ahead of time, I have all my new learning and I'm going to keep them up to the right. I've got lots of space between me and the binder and the child. I can manipulate my folder so that the child does not see what I'm writing, because they will become very inquisitive as to what you're writing about them. And I let them know I'm just recording some information as to what they say. Then I put my clip up here because with air conditioning, often the pages in there, your map and your parent contact will be blowing around, so I put them off to the side. And now the child is back and we're ready to begin. And you can see how I've put my items in order on the lockbox. Before you begin your lesson, you want to record it. You're going to turn your recorder on where you have your list. And you're going to simply hit record. And you're going to say the child's ID number. And you're going to say, this is participant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is June 28th, 2015. And this is lesson 1. Now it's important that because you have started recording, you want to record what track this is on. So as soon as you start recording, you're going to flip back to your very first assessment and you're going to write down the recorder number. So this happens to be P8. And my track up here in the top left happens to be 086. I'm going to write that on my first lesson assessment so that way I know that everything is recorded, including my track. And I'm going to flip back to my lesson and the child is about ready to arrive or be ready to have their lesson. Hi Anna, it's so nice to meet you and thank you for being in our research. We're going to go ahead and put this around your neck, but if it becomes uncomfortable, let me know and we'll just go ahead and take it and put it on the table, okay? And we're just going to make sure that mic is near you. If you wouldn't play with it, it makes a really loud popping noise for the people who listen. And I'm going to get this really far out of our way. Oops. We'll put it right up there. Okay. Here we go. These pens to get my highlighters. We are going to learn 2 new serif letters and their sounds. I will show you the first new serif letter and say the name and the sound of the letter. This letter is F. It makes the I sound. Please repeat. The name of this letter is F. The name of this letter is F. And it makes the I sound. And it makes the I sound. I'm going to show you how to write this letter correctly. Please watch me write this letter as I explain the steps. We're going to start here and we're going to curve down slightly, curve up, slant down, left, and curve up. Okay? Now I want you to write over the letter for me. Please say the name of the letter with me. F. Excellent. Now write over it one more time and say, so write over it one more time. Say the letter sound, I. Listen carefully to some words so that you can tell me the sound, not the name, that is the same in each word. Repeat. Is, did. What sound was the same in both those words? It. Very good. Look at the card and give the letter's name. F and sound I. F, I. You're doing great. Alrighty, we're going to learn another new serif letter. Would you like to erase that for me? I will show you the serif letter and say the name of the letter. Please repeat this letter's name. This letter is P and it makes the P sound. Please repeat. The name of this letter is P. The name of this letter is P and it makes the sound. And it makes the sound. You are just doing so awesome. Now I'm going to show you how to write this letter. You're going to start at the top and you're going to curve up to the right. You're going to turn down, curve up slightly, and come back to the left. All right. So would you please write over that letter for me? Please name the letter with me. P. Now write it one more time. Say the letter's sound. Beautiful. Now listen carefully to some words and tell me the sound that is the same, not the name, that is the same in each word. Repeat. It, pat, pat. What sound was the same in each of those words? Very good. You are doing awesome. Look at the card and give the letter's name. P and sound. P. Very good. Let's practice reading some serif words. I'm going to show you some words containing letters and sounds we've practiced. I would like you to read the words by sounding out each sound. I will help you with the first word. Let me show you how to sound out the sounds.
Action.
Let me show you how to sound out the sounds. I. Then read the word with me. Ip. So please sound out each sound, then read the word. Are you ready?
Yes.
It. It. In serif, they don't point to the word as they're reading when they don't scoop. So in serif, we just sound out and then we read. Okay? Now let's practice some serif letters and sounds. Repeat the sounds I give and then select the correct letter for the sound and bring it to the arrow. Then I would like you to name the letter. Please repeat the sound I give. We're going to practice together. I'll take this if I'm so sorry. Miss Sarah, would you help me put these around? And from baseline, I hope you remember that dot always goes to the bottom left. So I'll give you a few and I'll take a few. You ready? Want to race?
Sure.
Ready and go. You did win. You're much quicker than I am. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's practice together. In. Please repeat the sound. In. Okay, now I want you to select the correct letter from the ones displayed. When you find the correct letter, please bring it to the arrow. Then I'd like you to name the letter. Watch me. Fifth. Can you do that for me? Fifth. Alrighty. We're going to go together. We're going to do that again. And ready? In. Repeat. In. Okay, can you find that letter and bring it down? And can you name it for me? Fifth. Awesome. Let's put it back. You know what? I'm going to switch them around. I'm going to try and trick you. You're doing so well. Ready? Repeat. Can you find that letter? And can you tell me that letter's name? That's very close. This is the letter P. Alrighty, you did awesome. Now let's practice reading some spelling some serif words. I'm going to get these out of the way because I want you to spell the words by giving you steps to follow called Watch Our Words or WOW. I'm going to show you the word, how to use the word steps by spelling the word bat. So let's put these English letters around so that I can show you how to spell the word bat. Are you ready? You want to put those for me, around for me? Oh, we tied that time. Awesome. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at me. And I want you to look, bat. Now repeat and sound out. So repeat that word, bat. Now can you give me those sounds? Beautiful. Can you name those letters? E-E-T. Can you select the letters? Select the letter and then name it. D-E-T. Can you read the word? Bat. Awesome. You did that very well. So now you know how to use our spelling matrix. Oh, your dog has a little cold, doesn't it? Let's race again. Oh, I didn't do that fair. Ready? Go. I think I gave you more. I'm sorry. Alrighty. Today we'll practice together. I will say a serif word, and please look. Are you ready? So look. It. Repeat. It. Please sound out. It. Can you name those letters for me? Fifth. Okay. Boy, you're good. Can you select those letters? Can you select the first letter? Then can you name that letter? Fifth. Can you select the second one? Can you name that? Okay. Can you read that word for me? It. Awesome. Alrighty. That was a practice, so let's do it for real now. Ready? Look. It. Repeat. It. And and sound out. It. Can you name those letters? Fit, hip. Can you select the first letter? Yes. What's that name? Fit. Can you select the second letter? Pit. Okay, awesome. I like how you named it. Can you read that word for me? It. You did awesome. Alrighty. That was it for our lesson, but now we're going to do some really quick assessments. Are you ready for those? Yes. Now that I have my rubber bands all up here, I'm going to just put this together and get this out of the way. Because you know how to do, since we've had baseline, you know how to do this. I'm going to get these put away into my lesson packet so I don't lose them. I'm going to get my assessments out. Alrighty. The first thing we're going to do is, I would like you to tell me the sound of some serif letters. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, ready and go. Let's do the best you can. A. Ready? Go. Perfect. So you would just proceed through your assessments as we have done in baseline. After you do your assessments, get everything picked up from structure so that you are ready to do the next lesson in multisensory. Thank you, Sarah. You are just doing awesome. We're going to do the next lesson and learn a different pretend language. Are you ready? Yes. Alrighty, I'm just going to pick these up and get them out of our way. And get the other items out. Would you do me a big favor? Can you erase that for me? We are going to learn 2 new RASAF letters and their sounds. I would like you to repeat each word I say, and I would like you to look into your mirror. But because this is the first time we've used our mirror, I'm going to let you play with this for a little bit and make funny faces if you want. And when I say stop, you're going to pledge your mirror like you do the Pledge of Allegiance. So there you go.
These are kind of bothering me.
Oh, you know what? Let's take them off your neck. Now I understand. It's so hot. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this mic next to you like that. If you don't mind just leaving it alone, we'll still pick up everything. Okay?
Hold it like this.
That's perfect. When you're ready. Okay, you're ready to go. Perfect. Alrighty, so when I would like you to repeat each word I say as you look in your mirror to see how your mouth looks and feels. Listen carefully to the words so you can tell me the sound that's the same, not the name in each of the words. Are you ready? So look in your mirror and say ot, za, za. What sound was the same in each of those words? Ah. Awesome, you are doing great. And I really like how you looked in your mirror here. All right. This letter is ba, and it makes the ah sound. Please look in your mirror and repeat. The name of this letter is ba.
The name of this letter is ba.
And it makes the ah sound.
And it makes the ah sound.
I really like how you were looking in your mirror there. I'm going to show you how to write this letter. Please watch me write the letter as I explain each step. You're going to start here. You're going to slant up, curve left, slant down, trace up a little bit, and make a kickstand down. Alrighty, please stand up and skywrite this letter and name it. Let's write the letter in the air and name it. So I know that you write with your right hand, so I'm going to stand over here and I'm gonna hold this up so you can see it. And we're gonna make your arm really strong like a pencil and point 2 fingers, and we're not gonna flop around because pencils don't flop. Ready? Ba. I want to hear you do it. Ready? Ba. Awesome. There you go, and have us. Let's see, you did awesome on that. Let's practice reading some Razaf words. I'm going to show you some words containing letters and sounds we've practiced. I would like you to read the words by tapping out the sounds. I will help you with the first word. Let me show you a way to tap out the sounds. Watch me. Ah. Look at the word and read it and scoop. Ta. All right? Now I'm going to give you a word to read, and you tap those out for me. Ta. I really like how your eyes are down and you were scooping and reading. That was really impressive. Good job. Now let's practice. Let's practice our Razaf sounds. Repeat the sounds I give, then select the correct letter for the sound and bring it to the arrow. Then please name while you trace over the letter. Let's practice. Okay, let's put these around, and just like with the letter tiles, we're going to make sure the little black dot is at the bottom left. All right. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, ready? We're gonna, let's practice together. Please repeat the sound I give. Ah. Please repeat. Ah. I want you to select the correct letter. When you find the correct letter, please bring it to the arrow. Then please trace over the letter while you name it. Watch me. Ba. Okay, now you do it. Ba. Awesome. Very good. Okay, are you ready for some sounds? Ready? Ah. Repeat, please. Ah. Can you find that letter? Can you trace over it and name it? Ba. Awesome. Can you put that back? Great. I'm going to mix it up because you're so good. I'm going to see if I can challenge you a little bit. Ready? Repeat. Can you find that letter? Can you trace and name that for me? Ta. That's a good try. The correct answer is jet.
Oh,
Ready? Can you find that letter? Can you name that letter for me? Ta. You're very close. The correct answer is this letter, and it is jet. Very good. You did. You really tried hard. We're going to spell some Razaf letters. I'm going to say some words containing letters and sounds we have practiced. I will help you spell words by giving you steps to follow. The steps are called Save Our Spelling, or SOS. But first we're going to learn to spell how to use SOS using the English word dip. So I'm going to give you some letters. Would you mind helping me put these around? I'm going to make that a U. You did a great job there. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to show you the SOS steps using the word dip. So look and listen. Dip. Repeat and tap those sounds. So repeat the word dip. Let's tap them out. Can you tap and name the letters?
D-I-P.
Can you select and name the letters? So select. Name them while you select them.
D-I-P.
Okay, I would like you to excuse me, keep your eyes on the word, and I'd like you to scoop and read it.
Did.
Oh, I love how you kept your eyes. You did SOS very well. Do you mind helping me put these back in here? You're a big help, Miss Anna. Thank you. All right. So we're going to do that now with our RASAP letters. So do you mind helping me put these back around? Putting you to work today. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get this right in front of me. So we're going to use our SOS steps. Look and listen. Ta. Repeat.
Ta.
And tap those sounds.
Ta.
Beautiful. Can you tap and name those letters with me? Je, ba. Awesome. Can you now select while naming those letters, please?
Je.
Ba. Good. It's going to help you there. You did awesome. With your eyes on the words, would you please scoop and read to check the word ta? Ta. You did awesome. Now I'm going to give it to you to do all by yourself. Are you ready? Look and listen. Ta. Repeat and tap the sounds. Ta. T. Ah. Did you repeat a tap on a different thing for each sound? T. Ah. Good job. And now would you please tap and name the letters? Je, ba. Love how you tap that. Can you select and name the letters? So name them while you're selecting them, please. Je, ba. Can you have your eyes down and scoop and read for me? Ta. You did awesome. I love how your eyes are on the words. Do you need a bathroom break or a drink of water before we do our assessments? All righty. I'm just going to pick these up real quickly and get them out of our way so I don't lose them. And if you want to put these around again, we will need them in a few minutes when we do assessments. So I'm going to quickly put these away in my multisensory current lesson bag. And put everything away in my lesson bag. Don't leave anything behind at your house. Alrighty, I'm just going to get this out of the way for just a second until we need it. Because the first thing we're going to do is letter name. So I'm just going to move this over here. I'd like you to tell me the name of some RASAP letters. Ready? Go.
Je.
Ready? Go.
Ah. Ta.
Go.
Ach.
Ready? Go.
It.
Ready? Go.
Jet.
Ready? Go.
Fit.
Ready? Go.
Ba.
Ready? Go.
Et.
Alrighty, I'm going to shuffle these cards. I'm going to shuffle this set of letters that I would like you to tell me the name of the rattle-off letters again. Are you ready? Go.
J.
Oops. Ready? Go.
Bob.
And then you would proceed with the rest of the lesson as usual. Thank you, Miss Sarah. We have some prizes for you to pick out. I will get them for you. And here you go.
Yay.
I'm going to just turn off my microphone and pick that up. We'll get this out of your way. Thank you for working with me. And
Thank
I
you.
think we'll be back to see you earlier in the week, or earlier next week. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. As you're doing the assessments in treatment, it's important to know that there are 2 times that you present the letter name. You will put your incorrect answers to the left and correct answers to the right, and then shuffle them and present the items that were correct again, and mark them on your second presentation of letter name. That's a very important thing because it determines whether the child moves on to learn the next lesson, the next 2 set of graphics. In this case, the child did name the letters right, so they would move on to learn to do lesson 2. We're going to take a short break and then show you what it looks like to have a lesson in which you have review. All lessons other than the first lesson will start with ABC review, then graphing review, and then phoneme review, and then you'll go into new learning. On the first lesson, since there is nothing that has been taught before, we do not have those 3 steps of review. We will now do a quick lesson just to show you the beginning of those 3 steps. Thank you.